Have you ever heard of the Lucifer Match Experiment? It's one of the strangest and most revealing psychology studies ever conducted. A child is placed alone in a room, no toys, no distractions, just a single match lying on the table in front of them. The instruction is simple. Don't touch it. They aren't threatened. They were not bribed. They are just left alone with temptation. But the researchers aren't watching the match. What they are doing is watching the child's face. You can literally see the internal war happening in real time. Curiosity versus control. Impulse versus intention. And one by one, most children lose. Their eyes lock onto the match. Their fingers creep forward. And eventually, the urge wins. But the thing is, the children who succeeded weren't stronger, smarter, or born with superior willpower. They were simply given one protocol beforehand. If you feel tempted, don't stare at the match. Look away and imagine a picture frame around it. They didn't suppress the urge. They simply redirected it. And just like that, the temptation lost its power. Now, let me ask you something brutally honest. When you sit in front of a chart, when your setup appears, when your finger hovers over buy or sell, when the market whispers, come on, just a little early entry, where's your protocol? Do you even have one, or are you trading on willpower alone? If you were the trying to just be disciplined this time type, then you are no different from the child staring at the match, hoping they won't touch it. And hope is the matchstick waiting to burn you. Most traders don't fail because they are stupid. You are not. Most fail because their mind is untrained, because they rely solely on emotion, not evolution. But what if you had a psychological operating system so strong that temptation didn't even register? What if discipline wasn't something you tried to do, but something your brain executed automatically? See, the Lucifer Match Experiment wasn't really about temptation. It was about revealing what stage of psychological development each person operates from. And trading is the exact same experiment, just with higher stakes. Every time you face a setup, every time you hesitate, every time you break your rules, you're showing which stage of the trader evolution you're currently in. Some traders are impulsive and hopeful, some are reasoning, some are disciplined, and a rare few have evolved into total protocol operators. In this video, you are about to discover the 5 stages every trader must go through. And more importantly, you will find which stage you are in right now. If you feel stuck, if you keep sabotaging your own trades, and if your strategy works on paper but collapses in live markets, then this video isn't just about teaching you, it is diagnosing you. Welcome to the experiment. Stage 1. The lottery ticket trader. Let me introduce you to Daniel. Daniel wasn't a trader. Not really. He was a guy scrolling through TikTok at 2 a.m. when he saw someone claim they turned $500 into $30,000 in a week. He paused, blinked, stared at the screen, and whispered the most dangerous words in trading. Why not me? The next morning, Daniel downloaded a trading app. No research, no plan, just vibes and inshallah. His first trade was pure luck. He bought a random crypto someone mentioned in the comments of the video, and it went up 18% in an hour. Daniel wasn't just excited, he was reborn. And by his third lucky win, he wasn't checking charts. He was checking the price of the BMW he mentally reserved for himself. He thought he had the gift. He thought he was chosen. Daniel is the lottery ticket winner, gambling with a UI that looked professional. And that's the perfect picture of the Stage 1 trader. Stage 1 isn't about strategy. It is about fantasy. You enter the market believing there is a single golden trade waiting for you. You are thinking about hidden gem, a secret ticker, or a lucky moonshot. You think the market rewards intuition, think being bold is a skill, and you believe your excitement is insight. The Stage 1 trader is a gambler who doesn't have a system. Instead, His hope is dressed as confidence. But Daniel's ending came fast. One red candle, then another, and then another. He held because he felt it would bounce. He held because the Discord said diamond hands. He held because he didn't know the difference between conviction and delusion. Daniel didn't just lose money. He lost the fantasy. And that is how stage 1 ends for everyone, myself included. It always ends with a painful wake-up call that shatters the illusion of easy profits. But that moment, that shock, is also the doorway to stage 2. And trust me, the evolution only gets more real from here. Stage 2. The pattern zombie. The first big loss hits you like a punch you never saw coming. And this is when the dopamine high from stage 1 disappears overnight. Your chest tightens, your confidence evaporates, and your brain screams, "I need to learn more. I need protection." And just like that, you enter the second phase of the trader's evolution, the pattern zombie. At this stage, you most definitely know the difference between gambling and trading, and for those who are making progress. Now, they are studying, and they are doing it obsessively. You dive into technical analysis like you've discovered a new religion. Your browser history becomes best indicators for day trading. What is a fair value gap? Top 5 chart patterns that always work. Fibonacci retracement strategy explained. You buy courses. You watch 11-hour trading live streams. You subscribe to indicators you can't even pronounce. Your chart slowly transforms from a simple grid into a psychedelic nightmare, with lines, colors, arrows, clouds, heat maps, oscillators, and more. Your platform now looks less like a chart and more like a NASA cockpit designed by someone high on Skittles. At this stage, you truly believe that if you can just learn one more pattern, master one more indicator, or uncover one more secret setup, you will finally be safe. But the tragic irony is, you're no longer analyzing the market. You are now hiding from it. You are not learning to trade. You're arming yourself against the memory of your last loss. And if you need more confirmations to confirm you are here at stage 2 of the trader's evolution, here are more red flags that you're a pattern zombie. You draw so many support lines, your chart looks like a spider web. You see a head and shoulders pattern in the steam of your bathroom mirror. You say confluence 12 times a day. You hesitate on perfect setups because you think, wait, I need to check just one more indicator. Your confidence drops as your knowledge grows. You don't trust your judgment anymore. You trust patterns. Patterns you barely understand, patterns you overthink, patterns that contradict each other. You are drowning in information, but starving for clarity. You think you're becoming a master analyst, but really, you're becoming a psychological hostage to your own charts. The more you learn, the more terrified you become of being wrong. The more tools you add, the more confused your decisions become. And the more complicated your system gets, the more fragile you become under pressure. Most traders quit right here, not because they lack intelligence, but because they tried to intellectualize something that was never meant to be conquered through information overload. Because you can't outstudy uncertainty, you can't outanalyze fear, and no amount of indicators will ever replace actual confidence. Stage 2 feels productive, but it's a trap disguised as progress. But if you don't quit at this stage, your evolution isn't over. It is just beginning. Stage 3. The humbled human. Meet Elena. Elena wasn't reckless. She wasn't a gambler. She was careful. Almost too careful. But after months in stage 2 of the trader's evolution where she was drowning in indicators, she finally decided to trade seriously. She deposited serious money for the first time, took every setup that looked textbook, and for a moment, she felt like she had finally cracked the code. Then the losses came, 1, 2, 7 losses in a row. Her account didn't explode in one big catastrophic moment. It died slowly, painfully, like a candle burning down to the wick. The day she blew up her third account, she didn't scream, She didn't punch the desk. She just stared at the screen, empty, quiet, and defeated. And that's when stage 3 begins. At this point in your trading journey, you're no longer energized like stage 1, and you're no longer obsessively analytical like stage 2. Now, you're scared. Every trade feels like stepping into traffic. Your finger hovers over the buy button, but a memory flashes. That sickening loss, that sinking feeling, that moment your account collapsed. You think, what if it happens again? What is happening here is that you're not trading anymore. Rather, you're bracing for impact. This is the core psychological contradiction of trading. Fear of losing makes you behave in ways that guarantee you will lose. You hesitate on good setups. You enter late. You exit early. You avoid trades that meet your system and take trades that feel safe. You're not analyzing the market. You're scanning for emotional threats. And every time your system says, go, your mind says, no. At this stage, you're not a pattern zombie anymore. You're a trauma survivor of the market. But what most traders don't realize is that stage 3 is progress. The fear is respect. It means your illusions have finally burned away, and a confirmation that you are no longer pretending the market is predictable or easy. The pain, which is responsibility, and it's the moment you stop blaming gurus, indicators, or manipulation, and start acknowledging your role. But you cannot stay here. Stage 3 is a psychological waiting room, the place where traders either evolve or disappear from the game forever. And the only way forward is to transform fear into structured risk acceptance. If you're actually learning something here and haven't subscribed yet, that's honestly more irrational than revenge trading at 3 a.m. Fix that. Subscribe now. Stage 4. The System Builder. By the time you reach stage 4, something profound has happened inside of you. The emotional wounds of stage 3 didn't break you. At this stage, what it has done to you is to make you a matured trader. And it is in this stage you finally accept the harsh and liberating truth that the market owes you nothing, and the only enemy you ever needed to conquer was yourself. You stop trying to outsmart price. You stop trying to predict, and you stop trying to be right. You are now in the system builder phase, the first stage where real traders are born. Here, your entire worldview shifts. You no longer hunt for the perfect trade, because that fantasy dies here. Instead, you begin building structure. You begin building rules. You begin building systems that don't depend on mood, ego, or adrenaline. You finally come to the understanding that the market isn't a puzzle to be solved. Rather, it is a probability engine to be managed. This is where the 5 fundamental truths stop being inspirational quotes and start becoming the architecture of your behavior. You now know that anything can happen, and you release the need for certainty. You become aware that you don't need to know what will happen next to make money. And you know deep down that winning and losing are randomly distributed, so you stop obsessing over short-term results. You also understand that your edge is now a probability and not a guarantee, so you are committed to executing it consistently. And finally, you understand that every moment in the market is unique, so you stop projecting the trauma of past losses onto new opportunities. Interesting things begin to happen at this stage. Things like position sizing becoming your religion. You happily risk 0.5% per trade, not because you're timid, but because you finally understand longevity. Trading becomes boring, like almost mechanical, and ironically, that boredom is a sign of mastery. You also journal religiously, but now you track discipline, not just the dollars. You care more about the quality of your risk to reward than your win rate. You stop asking, did I make money? And start asking, did I follow the system? This is where 95% of traders should reach, but only 5% ever do. Most never escape stage 2's obsession or stage 3's fear. But if you made it here, you're finally operating like a professional, like a casino operator, like someone who understands that one trade is irrelevant, but 100 trades tell the truth. In stage 4, you've stopped building hopes, you're building systems. And with every rule you reinforce, you're preparing yourself for the final transformation. Stage 5. The Evolved Trader. Congratulations! You have completed the psychological evolution. This is the Evolved Trader stage. You have developed a trader's mindset. In that moment, you trust your process. The market is no longer an enemy. It's a neutral reflection. Losses don't ruin your day because they are simply the cost of doing business. You know that consistency beats home runs, and you have the carefree, fearless state of mind necessary to spontaneously enter the zone. In the zone, you act instinctively. You don't struggle, you don't hesitate, and you are in the moment, part of the flow. As a stage 5 trader, your friends will think you're boring because you will turn down guaranteed tips, because you now prefer the predictable consistency of your edge. You can now explain your entire complex strategy in 2 simple sentences. You finally realize trading is a business, not a thrill ride. People will ask for your secret, but the truth is, here there is no secret. It is just evolution through pain, adaptation, and disciplined application. It is the journey from the lottery trader to the evolved trader, a process through which the market weeds out the undisciplined and filters out the egos. The question now is, which stage are you stuck in? And more importantly, are you willing to do the brutal psychological work necessary to evolve? Drop a comment right now with your current stage. If this psychological deep dive just changed the way you view the market, you need to see the next step and the most crucial lesson in the game. Watch the recommended video and complete your evolution.